Welcome everyone. This is my forecast for the week of the 8th to the 14th of June, so the second week of June. And I will go through all of the 12 rising signs, because I always recommend that you first of all learn how to cast your chart in a whole sign chart, because that's the most precise in my opinion. And then second of all, listen for your rising sign, because that tends to be most accurate for what's playing out in your everyday life, the persona that you are in this life. Whereas you can listen for your sun sign as the second one, but that would be more like the true nature of who you are, what you came here to be and what you came here to experience. Whereas the rising sign is sort of the character that you are playing out. And that's why it's more accurate mostly to listen to your rising sign. So we have a lot to go through, and just before I dive into each of the 12 zodiac signs, I want to talk a little bit about luck, because many astrologers are talking about this week of June as being the luckiest week of the year, especially the 9th of June, because we have Jupiter and Venus in conjunction, and in Cancer, and they are all meeting up and creating this great abundance. But I want you to think of it a little bit differently. So the thing about life, the thing about astrology, the thing about predictions of all sorts and work of all sorts that has to do with our inner self and how we perceive the world around us, very much relies on our willingness to show up for life. To show up and be present in life and engage with life and open your eyes, both your physical eyes and the eyes that sees things in a different way. So when a lot of astrologers are talking about great luck in the sky, it doesn't mean that you are going to win the lottery like tomorrow. You could, and that would be wonderful, right? But it's more about, from my perspective, knowing which area of life you are having sort of more ease in, that you need to activate yourself. I always give this example. So if you're having a bad day and you're walking down the street in your own world and you're sort of like grumpy, you don't even look up, it's very unlikely that you will be approached by anyone that day, and maybe the person that don't approach you is the gatekeeper to the next experience of your life, but you just don't see it because you are in a world of negativity, your world caught up in your own worries. It's the same whenever there is planetary luck. It's not like someone is coming and knocking your door down and handing you a golden ticket. Maybe it could happen, anything can happen. But what I want you to understand is that it is about your willingness to open up to the world around you and engage with the world around you and the opportunity that rises in the present moment, not based on the limitations that you have lived before, but the things that are present because you are in a frequency that sees things and perceives things through rose-colored glasses, as some people would say, hence why I'm wearing pink today, by the way, because I truly, really believe in wearing rose-colored glasses in your life. Not as a naive way of being, but as a way of choosing the lenses in which you perceive the world. Because that's another thing, guys. It is that there is a lot of conditions in this world news, tragedies, negativity, ways of thinking in boxes, and everyone wants to tell you what to think, what to feel, how to act, what to fear, what to do, how to act to be safe. But the truth is, everything is really a matter of perception. You are the one in control of that perception, and you can never control the outcomes, but you can always control how you show up. So I want you to think about, how are you showing up when astrology is giving you, when the planetary movements is giving you a window of great luck, of opportunities. I want to get you into the mindset of thinking, how can I be prepared to receive something really great? Because we all know the difference between, people who would be approached and have good news, and they would almost be like skeptical about why is good news here? I don't understand. And then of course that energy of good news doesn't want to reach that person because you already like pushed it away, because you are too comfortable in the negativity and the skepticism. I really think that true abundance, true prosperity is a feeling we generate from within before it's possible to be reflected in our surroundings. And often the thing about life is that you can have two different people who have the same amount of money, for instance, on their bank account, and one of those people will be like completely happy and thrilled and just feeling like this is great, and the other person could be completely in lack, scarcity, feeling that someone is out to get them, that it's never enough, but the funny thing is that the amount is the same, but it's being perceived very differently. So it is really about working with our ability to perceive things in a way that is beneficial for us and can get us on a momentum of luck. And that's why, in many ways, I find astrology such a great... Because astrology doesn't give you anything, it can give you explanations, it can give you guidelines, it can help you out of darkness, it can, really tap you into yourself. But if you're not receptive to it, if you're not open, nothing happens. It's not like, oh, Saturn is there, so now this thing has to happen. However, you will see that the more you know yourself, the more you know about astrology, that there are just uncanny placements that has specific traits in periods of your life that comes out as archetypes or way that you carry yourself. And whether you are open to it or you are like resistant to it will really determine how you receive and perceive life. So this week of June is really one of those weeks where I would want for you to think about the areas that I tell you for each rising sign, perhaps your sun sign as well, where you could activate a great level of luck, perceived luck, felt luck, abundance, happiness, prosperity. And I'm just going to dive right into it. And maybe you want to listen. Maybe you want to listen for all 12 of them. Maybe you have a friend you want to tell this to. Maybe you have someone that you think would benefit from this. And by you learning a little bit on how astrology works and how you can incorporate it, maybe you can spread the word out there. It's really like such a great time in general with Uranus moving into Gemini to learn astrology, because astrology is really a language that can help to set you free in so many ways. I say this all the time, but it really is. And so I want to take a look at the sky, and I might place a chart up here somewhere when I edit the video, let's see. But if I take a look first and foremost at you, Aries rising, let's begin there. So with Aries rising, you will be highly activated in your 4th house. So, this Cancer, Venus, Jupiter meeting up, which is something that only happens every 12 years. And the last time, it hasn't happened since like 24 years, because the last time it was supposed to happen back in 2013, 14, they just missed it. Like Venus and Jupiter just missed each other. So that's quite interesting. So this is an alignment we have been waiting for a very, very long time. So for you, Aries rising, you could have been someone that through a lifetime have had things connected to your home, your roots, your lineage, specifically on your mom's side, your grandmother's, your feminine side. Doesn't matter if you are a masculine or feminine in this lifetime. It could be about your emotional foundation, like something that has been going on so long. Repeated pattern, maybe even inherited patterns, where you have worked on these areas over and over again or been curious about it, but you just have never gotten that complete breakthrough where you could set yourself free. So I will really highly encourage you, Aries rising folks, to understand that this week of June is such a beautiful opportunity to create luck for yourself regarding matters of home lineage, roots, family, nourishment for yourself that you might not have been able to tap into before. Let's say maybe you have never really understood how to completely nourish and take care of yourself emotionally, and maybe your emotions has been this big mystery to you, almost like a foreigner in your own body. And you will see that this alignment with Venus and Jupiter coming in your 4th house, it will be so much easier for you. You will maybe perhaps even get the calling to change property, rental home, make a move, because, you know, for luck specifically, you have a great deal of luck regarding understanding your emotions, connecting to what truly nourishes you, giving up habits that doesn't. You will be able to understand your feminine sides much deeper. You have great luck with, you know, maybe you have been searching for a new home for a long time or rental property, and suddenly in this week, you know, it pops up just right in front of you when you're ready for it, Aries rising. So that could be some of the things that this alignment of luck is lining up for you. I would also say specifically regarding your emotions that there is a great deal of emotional restoration ahead of this week. So it could be, you know, things that you have been working on for maybe even decades, where, you know, you have been to therapy, you tried hypnosis, you tried astrology, you tried this, you tried that, and even if it gave you sort of like a foundation for growth, you never really felt that it clicked. And suddenly in this week you can have a dream, a sensation in your body, a new thought popping up, a new sense of emotional well-being that you're just like, where did that come from? I think in my life I never experienced that before. It can even be things like, just to give you some preparation so that you pay attention to it, but it could be that, you know, like suddenly you listen to a song and it creates like this beautiful, strong emotion inside of you, Aries, and you're just like, wow, is this what love feels like? Is this what it feels like to be happy? Is this what it feels like to be joyful and touched by something in my emotional body that now I have the capacity to hold it. Now I trust my body, now I trust my emotions, now I trust my freedom when I accept all emotions are with me, when I accept the feminine nature of the ebbs and the flows of life. I would also say another pattern that could open up for you and feel more lucky, more aligned, more easy is that relationship in your home, family dynamics, with siblings, with your parents, with cousins, whatever it might be, can feel as if it's finally harmonizing. Or if you are a parent yourself and you have had like a turbulent, you know, home life, you can experience that it starts to stabilize, that you're like, this is how I want to live, or this is how I want my home to be. So for you, Aries rising, take this in and perhaps also listen for your sun sign so that you can get the full picture of this great alignment of luck, what it will bring for you. So this is for you, Aries folk. I hope you liked it. Please consider to write in the description box. I'd love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, all of that to support this channel. And if you would like to work with me personally, there's always new offers. I list them in the description below. And I wish you a beautiful, beautiful, prosperous week. If you are Taurus rising, I will give you a few tips on what to look out for when it comes to aligning your luck with the sky of luck. So the interesting thing for you, Taurus rising, is that this Jupiter-Venus conjunction will happen in your 3rd house. So the 3rd house is all about communication, writing, your thought patterns. It could be siblings, your immediate environment as well. It's ruling social media and the media in general. And just like, your local whereabouts, the area in which you live, where you go and do grocery shopping, all of that. And sometimes also a bit of short distance travel, like if you take the train or the bus or your car to the next neighboring city, that house governs that as well. So this week of luck can manifest through, messages and opportunities that you did not have before. So let's say that you love writing and suddenly this week, there's an opening for a writer's residency and you apply for it and you get it. Those are some of the things that could happen. There is also, I would say, look out for, lucky opportunities in general through other people who can give you an opportunity. Like someone calls you and say, hey, I know you applied for this job 2 years ago, but we still have your resume. Are you interested in coming to our whatever, Or it could be you have had a writer's block for quite some time, and now suddenly that completely dissolves because you start thinking differently about yourself and how you write, how you communicate, how you think about yourself, or you have worked a long time on critical thought patterns, or like some people suffer from OCD or having like a harsh inner voice, and you could have a great deal of luck with once and for all eliminating those critical voices. So I really love that for you, Taurus risings, because there's also something about network this coming week. I would not sit at home and wait for news. I would really go out and engage in my immediate environment, be surrounded by friends. If you work for yourself, go out at the local cafe and sit there. If you have something you want to advertise for, you make your own products, or you are a writer or creative or whatever it might be, now is a very good time to go around with your offers or send them out. Maybe even a time to get your business card printed and walk into places you would not normally have thought would be interested in your work, and just see what happens, because this alignment of luck can really come to you from the most unexpected sources right now. But it is a little bit like I said in the intro. If you're having a bad day and you walk around like this with blindfolds on, you will not be able to see if someone wants to hand you like $100 bill on the street, and also they would not want to hand it to you because you would seem too closed off. So Taurus risings, this is a week for you to really, put your head up, put the smile on, and use your eyes to look around in your immediate, environment and see, what kind of opportunities could I create here? It could even be something, because it's about communication. Maybe you do a local crowdfunding for something that you love to do. You have a great deal of luck to be in the spotlight, to be seen by the right people locally in this week. Also, regarding, contracts in general, if you need to sign a contract or something important to you, this will also be a good time for you to basically take in everything that usually seemed too good to be true for this week and look it over again and realize, wow, it is just good. It is so good that it's too good, but it's real, like it's for real. Those things are a good opportunity for you, Taurus risings, as well. And I would also recommend for you to maybe look to your sun sign to see the whole picture of which house is activated for you, which houses are activated for you in this coming week, because in that way you can be prepared to open your channels. So you don't have to like stay alert in all areas, but just know that for you it's the third house matters. So again, writing, communication, contracts, siblings, networking, local community, really those things will open up a door for you that was not accessible before. So that's for you, Taurus. I hope to see you some other time. If you want to work with me, always look the description box where I list the offers available at the moment, and give me a little comment. Write how you've been, what happens. If something really lucky happens for you, I'd love to hear about it. So take care. Bye-bye. Bisous. Gemini risings, welcome to this wonderful week of luck. And we want to know, how do you activate your luck? So if you are a Gemini rising, this Jupiter-Venus conjunction will hit in your second house. So this is all about earned money, possessions, beauty, aesthetics, to some degree also self-worth and values. So, you could have a theme of having great luck around, earned income. Maybe if you are freelance or you need to charge for something, you have great luck at setting the right price and having people paying you that price without blinking an eye. It's a good time if you are an artist of any sort and you're selling your work and you have been undervaluing yourself, to amp up that price, because you have great deal of luck with aligning the price with your values and your self-worth and where you are, and therefore send out a different frequency for future luck to align with you. I would also say, in general, look out for increased earnings this week. Are there any possible ways in which you can increase the floodgates, so to speak? So let's say you are selling something, but you don't have a web page for it, or people don't even know how to pay you. This week, put up the payment options. It could also be just something like monetizing natural talents. Let's say you have a hobby and you realize, wow, I create so many, I make scarves all the time. I need scarves and I have like 25 of them and I don't use them. So maybe now is the time for you to put it up for sale. Make a stand outside your house or at a market and go and sell it, because you have a great deal of luck with monetizing hobbies, monetizing your talents. And this could even be, the week where you do a small thing because it's something that you truly enjoy to do. Let's say you've always been, drawing flowers for your neighbors, walls, decoration of some sorts. And then you realize, actually, I could do this for other people, and I think I'm gonna make a web page, and I think I'm gonna, just have it in case anyone else wants to get into contact with me. So, because these things are possible for you now, you will also, if you align yourself to it, get a stronger self-value, a stronger sense of self-value, where you're like, I'm good enough. I'm more than good enough, and I'm great at what I do, and the world should know about it. That's sort of the energy for you, Gemini risings at the moment. You have such a freedom feeling, especially the days around the 9th of June, where you could be, before you would limit yourself and you wouldn't even consider selling these things, or you wouldn't even consider having a website or set some prices on something. And now you're like, oh, you know what? Actually, it's pretty great what I do. It's even egoistic of me to not put it for sale. Those are the kind of things and openings that will be available to you, Gemini rising. And if you want to get the full picture on how your luck is being, amplified, or at least, opening new gateways for it, the whole picture, I would recommend for you to also check out your sun sign, so that you sort of get like 2 houses in which you can be available for this activation of luck. And Gemini, if something wonderful happens, or if this brought you any new ideas, I would love for you to just text in the description below, in the comments below and just let me know like what happened, and did you see any changes? Did you experience something great? And yeah, Gemini, you can always work with me. You can look at my current offers in the description box, and I hope to see you some other time. Bisous, bye bye. Cancer rising. How can you activate your pathway to luck this coming week? Well, it's all about your identity, because this conjunction will obviously happen in your first house. So it's all about your body, your visibility, your perceived persona, your vitality, your personal magnetism and growth. So I would say, if you're someone, for instance, I'm giving some examples so you can see how you can relate to it. Maybe you have tried for a long time to change something in your diet and it didn't work out for you and it didn't change anything. You've been going to the gym all the time and you didn't see any results, or you had like a lot of inflammation, or that workout didn't do it for you. Now is the week where you will discover, wow, I love to do this thing. I love to move my body this way and it feels great. And suddenly within a very, very short amount of time, you will see results from it. You will see like, wow, this is really something that my body likes to do. It could be, I have a friend who's already experiencing this, and, is a Cancer rising, always had the tendencies with a lot of water retention. And she was working out all the time, and nothing happened. And she would just get more swollen and doesn't work for her. And then she started to do somatic workout, and suddenly she was like, wow, I do half of the work and I get like so good results because my body just loves it. My lymph flow is open. And these are the sort of like pathways to luck that you can activate for yourself, Cancer risings. It's also about, visibility. If you're someone who have felt invisible in your friend groups or in what you're doing now, it's a great opportunity to work with that visibility wound and get ahead of it and really make a sort of like reset of everything that you used to believe about yourself and your personality. Because now, Cancer risings, it's new times for you. You are a complete, the way that I want you to think about this coming week is to know that every single cell of our human body regenerates all the time to such a degree that every 7 years, we are a complete new body. Think about it. Think about how wild that is. The interesting thing is that while all of these things are taking place in our physical body and that we are changing, often the thoughts and the energies that follows around up here doesn't add up with the physical changes that the body is doing so naturally. But now, for this week, if you are Cancer rising, you have the wonderful opportunity to completely reevaluate your personality, how you show up, what you want to do, and you will see some opening somewhere that is guiding you in the direction in which you are able to go moving forward. So you can heal a great deal of things regarding, maybe you felt always like the outsider, maybe you felt tired in your body, and there's something showing up in this week that will give you the resolution to those things, that will completely click into place if you're open and receptive for it. And it's like this kind of luck that I see very much happens through your first house is also regarding confidence. Because, like how different you show up when you feel confident in yourself, like shoulders back, head high, looking people straight in the eye, smiling to the world, picking flowers, whatever it might be. You are a complete different person when you walk out in the world with confidence. And you are being met by the world in different ways when you walk out with confidence. And so this is a way of creating luck. Try to, if you should take just one thing with you, Cancer rising, from this reading, it would be that the way that you meet the world this week is going to be crucial for how you move on forward. So if you have always dreamt of being that person who could wear a red dress on a normal Monday and stroll through the whatever city hall or the street in your village and be completely unbothered because now you are the person in the red dress. This is the week to do that sort of personality change, really. And you will see moving forward that will change your luck, your prosperity a great deal. And, there's also a bit of a wound around your 10th house of, work and publicity, because Chiron has been here for quite a while, where you might have felt you have worked a lot on passion projects or in your work environment in general, if you're an entrepreneur, and no one was really seeing you, and you'd be like, what more do I need to do? You will see that week opening up for you in a different way, and I want you to trust it. I want you to be like, maybe I do not have to go back to how it was, because there are two perspectives, and really take this with you, Cancer risings. One could be something great happens and suddenly you get a lot of attention, you get a lot of flow, and you perceive it either as, wow, now things has changed for me, this is my new normal. Or you say, oh, this is just an abnormality. Is it even called that? This is not a normal thing, for me. So, this was just a one-time luck thing. Do you see where I'm getting? Do you see how I'm trying to really convey to you that if you believe that the ease and the flow and the attention that you get for this week is your new normal, things will have to align that way. So if you want like a big of a even broader picture, also take a look at your sun sign. And I just wish for you, Cancer risings, that you have like the biggest glow up of your life this coming week, and that it will continue for years to come. So I hope to hear from you. You can write in the in the box below, and I would always love to hear from you, and subscribe, all the good stuff if you like this sort of content. You can also look to the description box on how to work with me. I list different available offers all the time. So yeah, that's it for now. I wish you a beautiful, wonderful, magnetic glow up, Cancer risings. Bisous. Okay, Leo rising. So this Jupiter-Venus conjunction will happen in your 12th house. And the 12th house is more, one of the hidden houses. It rules stuff like our dream world, the Neptunian aspects of life, spirituality, your subconscious minds, retreat, hospitals, karma, endings, behind the scenes support, all of these things. So for you, Leo rising, the kind of luck coming in for you and aligning for you will be this feeling of something that is being reorchestrated in the background for you, where it has to do with your subconscious mind, the way that you view the world, or something, just the sense of something is lining up for you karmically in a positive way. So the thing is that right now you will have a feeling of this coming week. It will be subtle, so I want you to tune into your sensitivity. I want you to tune into your dreamy self. I want you to tune into the soft version of yourself this week, because you will have a great effing deal of luck regarding divine timing. So let's say there is something you always wanted, like really wanted to happen for you, but you just have no idea how that could be real or manifest for you. Now is a week where that divine timing could very likely come in for you. And it might come in things like you have a dream about something and you can't shake that dream off, and it has a sign or a symbol or a person, and you reach out or you act on that, and then something wonderful will happen. You call that friend from the past, and it turns out that they are now the CEO of the company you always wanted to work for, and they need someone like you, and you only do it because they were in your dream. or you have a dream about a specific part of nature, and you're like, why do I always dream about rivers? I should go take a vacation to a river, and you act on it, and suddenly you bump into someone, or you bump into the love of your life, or whatever it might be. It's sort of like, that's the picture I'm trying to paint for you, Leo rising. So your luck is being manifested this week through intuition, intuitive hints, spiritual alignment, in the sense that, like, make sure to check in with your breath. Make sure to have some sort of like daily practice, even just for 5 minutes, to journal, to feel how you truly feel, to sit and just stare into a white wall or out the window, but something that allows you to have absolutely no distractions, so that you can tune into the essence of who you are, because this is the way that you can really align with the next chapter in life in a lucky, abundant way. You will also have a great deal with what I call subconscious breakthrough. So it could be that you have had a subconscious pattern of putting yourself down, or like thinking in restriction and having some fear for something, and now it's actually a week where suddenly you could have like, wow, something blows your mind, and you're like, I'm not afraid of this anymore. I don't have these doubts anymore. I don't, it's like you can take a breath. You could have gone through years and years of therapy or journaling or understanding yourself, healing, spirituality, whatever. You could have done all the things in the world the right way, and yet you're still being faced with those limitations, those fears. And universe is now saying to you astrologically, you know what, we have Venus and we have Jupiter, joining each other and spreading some sparkle on your 12th house, meaning you can now break those subconscious patterns. You can now really reap the benefits of the reprogramming of your thoughts, your mind, the way that you treat yourself will fall into place. You don't have to fight so hard for it anymore. It would just be like you can literally sit on your couch and you can realize, wow, actually I think I can be a millionaire in this life, and I know exactly how I'm gonna do it, and you will not hear that negative voice telling you, whoa, why do you think you are able to do that, and you will realize, what a new life experience it is to get to be me when I don't have those constrictions, when I don't have those subconscious limited beliefs, haunting me anymore. So that's very much for you, Leo rising, that you'll have this sensation. You can also listen, if you want like a full picture, you can listen for your sun sign as well and see what other area in life that you can activate this week of luck, because it's not just going on for 1 week, like this week I want you to see it as the foundation for the year ahead coming, that the foundation of creating opportunities of abundance and luck to be able to be delivered at your doorstep, so to speak. So that's it for you. If you have anything you want to let me know, you can write a comment below, you can like, subscribe, you can work with me. I always list the newest offers in the description box, and I wish you a beautiful, beautiful, lucky week in June. Bisous. Okay, Virgo risings. So this coming week will have a lucky activation of your 11th house. So the way that you can invite in and be open to more luck in your life, and we all like that, don't we? Is through friend groups, communities, it's social networks, it's, gains from a career that you've been working on for quite some time. Everything about the 11th house is also wishes that you had for a long time that can be fulfilled now. So I see that this element of luck is coming in mostly for you, Virgo risings, as something in your career that you've been working on for maybe perhaps even years, and that you have slowly built a reputation within a field. Maybe you are working for yourself, but you have not really gotten the expected benefits from it or the expected outcomes. And now in this week is the opportunity for you to really see, wow, I remember I did plant those seeds, but I forgot about them, and suddenly there are roses over there and peonies and flowers and vegetables, like this kind of revelation. But if you don't look out to your garden, you will literally not know if anything has grown out there. Am I making sense? So this is really what this is connected to. And also, this is not a week for you, Virgo, to stay at home. You need to go out and participate in networks, maybe go to experiences and events that you would usually not do, but they are within your field of interest or curiosity, because it is in those fields in this week that you might run into a lucky opportunity, that you might run into the right person or people that could guide you forward to something that will inspire you in your public life, in your career life. Try to see, where up until now have some long-term goals from 10 years ago come into reality, and take a little bit of assessment and feeling in your body. Wow, if I 10 years ago wished to be where I am now, I can trust that my long-term goals are actually something that can happen. So why don't I set long-term goals that are even bigger and vaster and more giant and wilder? Because you, Virgo risings, you have a wonderful, analytical, structured mind. But sometimes that kind of structured mind and analytical way of being can hinder you in aspects where you need to think big. It's go big or go home. And for this week, be really open to that. Be open to go to networks and communities and show yourself, show your work. In settings and situations where you would have otherwise felt a little bit like, restricted and like, can I do that? That's not my element. But I'm telling you, Virgo rising, if you do that, this Virgo rising, I'm back after a little cut out. But basically what I was saying to you was giving you a pep talk, because if you want to align for great luck in this coming week, it's all about you going big or go home. Go out, show yourself in those networks where you didn't expect you would get attention, and present yourself, your ideas, where you want to go, who you are. You have a great deal of luck with connecting to people, opportunities, broader networks, in general, and being perceived in a very favorable light. And if you are curious about, which other part of your life might have a great deal of luck and being activated for this week, you can also look for your sun sign and let me know in the comments below, where is this leading you? I'm very curious if you would have some, expansive moments for this coming week, Virgo rising. And yeah, that's all I have for now. If you want to work with me, you can always check the description box for current offers and check my website, because I put up different things depending on the season. So that's all I got. Have a wonderful one. Bisous. Rising, welcome to a week of incredible possibilities for luck. Now let's get you aligned with the house in which you have the greatest chance of having some of this incoming luck in your life. So first of all, for you, this Jupiter-Venus conjunction will happen in your 10th house of career. So this is all about career, your status in society, your public image. It's your reputation, it's your legacy, it's your achievements. And so the thing is that when you go out this coming week, there is a possibility for you to align with what I call your legacy, your opportunity to really step into the field of area that you like to put your footprint on in this lifetime. So what do I mean about that? Because I'm really careful with choosing my words here for you, Libra rising, because this is such a legacy move. This is such a moment in time where you have the opportunity to start something, open a gate, open a door that will create the legacy for years to come for you. So really think about how can you position yourself in this week in a way that aligns you into the essence that is you, where you are not only thinking about, okay, this would be a nice job to do in 1 year, but you're thinking about, this is a nice job that is not a job, but is so much in my heart to spread out to the world that I just have to do it. I have to build my legacy. I have to, really align myself with what I know to be true in my heart. And making the foundational move in this week of luck will really give you the opportunity and the chance for you to align yourself with what we can call divine timing, and at the same time having your feet solid planted on the ground so that you can grow like a tree. That's something that comes to me a lot about activation of your luck, Libra, is that you are a giant oak tree that needs to have roots deep into the soil in order to grow your branches out there. And this week of expansion of Venus meeting up with Jupiter in Cancer is about elevating your career, to really attract contracts, opportunities, right people who will put you in a position where you can be seen by the public, or put yourself in a position where you are somewhat, visible to more people. It could be that you have a leading role at your work environment. It could be that you are an entrepreneur making a right investment at the right time, making sure to be visible about your standpoints, your values, your legacy. Be very clear to communicate out what it is that you are building. Don't hide it behind the scenes, because now it's a time to become visible in your public life. This is what you will have luck with. And if you want to pair it with a deeper perspective as well, you can look for your sun sign as well and see, okay, I have a 10th house activation with my rising sign. Let's say you are maybe Gemini sun, then you will have also your 2nd house activated, which has to do with money. So you can pair those two things by watching both for your sun and for your rising sign, and where this Jupiter-Venus conjunction will happen this coming week. And again, just like I said in the intro, if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend for you to watch it, because this is all about how do I activate my luck. If you're walking around like this, you don't see the beauty of the world and the person who wants to give you a flower, the person who wants to help you out, the person who's smiling at you on the street. So these are all things that are so important in order for you to line yourself up with, bigger luck, and assume what is happening in this life regarding your career moves, public eye visibility. Trust it. Trust that this is aligning you with the direction that you know that you need to go in for many years to come. So this is what I have for you, Libra rising, and you can always again check your sun sign out. Let me know in the comments below how it's going for you, what choices you might be making. I'm always curious to hear from you. And if you would like to work with me personally, I list different offerings depending on the season we are in and what time I have a hand. But you can check it out in the description box below. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. And I wish you the most beautiful, abundant, lucky week of this year. Bisous. Scorpio rising, my deep feelers out there. So how do you activate your natural luck coming in this week? Well, first of all, Jupiter-Venus conjunction will be happening in your 9th house. So what does that mean? That means that, you will have a great deal of luck with everything regarding higher education, change of perspective, seeing things, clearly, visionary, spirituality, travel, long distance travel of all sorts. It could even be relocation if you have always dreamt of moving to another country. Maybe this week will present you with the opportunity to how you can do that. It's also about your dharma, your purpose in life, why you're here. It's, it has it's so disconnected from everything that is like rational and, you know, stay within the box, because the 9th house activations for you is really about getting yourself on a stream of consciousness that expand you out there, that make you see the broader picture of your life, that makes you want to go for it, that makes you get this feeling of like a lust for life is rising within you, and like, I'm just gonna, you know, move to that country, I'm gonna go for it. It could be even perspectives on if you always wanted to become like an astrologer or like a spiritual seeker of some sort. You know, now you will know exactly what next steps you could take, because this conjunction between Jupiter and Venus meeting up, that we've been waiting for 20 fucking years or so now, sorry my language, but you know, it's so rare. You know, usually it should happen every 12 years, but 12 years ago, you know, Venus and Jupiter just missed each other in Cancer, so we didn't have the same activation as we're seeing now. So this has been a long time coming, Scorpio. So now you have arrived at a moment in your life, so exciting, where you can really connect to that traveler, the seeker, the explorer, the foreign lands, the curiosity, all the sort of things that has to do with you also being a dreamer who is capable of making moves that get you towards that dream. So you don't only stay the dreamer has a purpose, the dreamer is the one that can show you this is possible, and then the action taker is you and your physical vessel that says, you know, now is the time. So the other thing is also that I see that Chiron will be leaving your 6th house, like temporary for over the summer, and then, you know, like forever, or not forever, but yeah, forever in your lifetime, most likely. And, you know, you might have had some wounds around your physical body, your day-to-day work, your daily routine, something around those things that just haven't been smooth for you. It could even be like you are literally not able to do a relocation or change your thought patterns because there was something very physically connecting you to the place you needed to be, or you could have like a physical ailment, and suddenly when Chiron also leaves there, you could heal completely and never have any of those conditions again. So that's a miracle in itself that can happen for you, Scorpio risings out there. So this is also a good time for, you know, fertility, meeting a foreign love, so to speak. Like, you can run into someone with a different background, different culture, different life perspective that just blows your mind open. So be open for that. There's a lot about destiny, you know, destiny regarding your dharma in life, the thing that your soul came here to do. So be open to that, Scorpio. This is not a time to stay home and meditate. This is a time for you to take courageous movements in the direction in which you want to go. To be the sage, the seeker, the explorer, the curious person. And because you have the Scorpio rising, you're naturally an intense seeking person. This will be very stimulating for you. It will be the moment where you can take all of that natural parts of your nature and you can really accumulate it into physical action towards those expansive elements. So really be open to that. So this is what I had for you, Scorpio risings. If you want to have like a fuller picture as well, you can look for your sun sign as well and see what other house is being activated at this moment. This is a smart tool to really align you with the great deal of luck that is up there for you. And if you like this sort of content, please, you know, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, check the description box and how you can work with me personally. I do list different things depending on the seasons, what time I have at hand. And leave me a comment if you feel like it. And enjoy your week. Bye for now. Bisous. Sagittarius rising. Welcome to your week of expanded luck and opportunities. Let me introduce you to the area in which you will have the biggest opportunity for a great deal of wind in your sails, which will be your 8th house, Sagittarius folks. So this is quite an interesting house. So it's the house that rules, you know, taxes, other people's belongings, debt. It can be a partner's finances, inheritance of all sorts, shared resources, psychological transformation, you know, really about, you know, the more oracle, psychic, mystical ways of working with your deep subconscious mind is highly activated at this moment. So one of the things is that there can be an opportunity to get ahead of something that will line you up for a windfall. I'm not saying that you're gonna win the lottery or inherit something big, but I am saying that there is a possibility for some folks of you out there, Sagittarius risings, that these kind of opportunities could come. It could be that you have overlooked some sort of tax rules and suddenly you find out, oh wow, I could, you know, have done it in this way and subscribed this thing and done this, and then I will get some money back in taxes, and it's way more than you realized. It could be, you know, inheritance from some uncle you didn't know about, or like a relative passing on something to you that you didn't even know that they had. So these sort of like windfalls, but it can also be something, and most likely for many of you, something that has to do with psychological breakthroughs, ways of thinking, therapy, hypnosis. Let's say you have something that has been like bugging you for a long period of time and you just could not really get into what is going on. If you have a hypnosis session in this period of time, or if you have, you know, past life regressions, those of you who knows about it. Otherwise, you know, you can figure that out yourself what it is. But past life regressions can really be something that you have great luck with, and that will give you a breakthrough that can be life-changing for your path at this moment, Sagittarius risings. I would say it's also a very good time for you to look into investment gains if there's a possibility for financial support. If you are like someone creative or someone who has a great idea, maybe now is the time for you to, you know, put in, you know, application for residency, for grants of all sorts. Everything regarding to what we call other people's money. So this will not be the obvious things, but something that belongs to other, but they have the opportunity to give that to you. So be open for that. If you want to have a more, a bigger perspective on what is also being activated for you, also do look into your sun sign. So you will have an idea that perhaps, you know, your 8th house is activated, but let's say you have a Gemini sun, then, you know, your 2nd house of, you know, money and bigger chunks of value will also be activated, and that will give you a different perspective, a broader perspective. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Sagittarius risings. I hope that you enjoyed this little update. If you want to hang on and look at the tarot reading as well, further down in this, you can just go to the timestamps and there will be a little guidance there for you as well. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you some other time. Bye bye. Bisous. Hey, Capricorn risings. What is gonna happen in this great abundant week for you? Well, first of all, the conjunction between Venus and Jupiter is happening in your 7th house. So your 7th house is about committed relationships, it's marriage, it's business partnerships, it's contracts, and it's clients. So right now, there could be something distant, a relationship, a person that you're supposed to meet, that you could connect up with in this week. So this is not a time for you to sit at home and be a homebody. This is time for you to go out to places and things that you truly enjoy, that you're committed to. Let's say you are interested in art, like make sure that you go out and you experience some exhibitions, some art museums, something that could put you in alignment with that this week, because this could be where you would meet a distant person. Even soulmate energy could be could be coming up at this moment if you are single looking for someone, but also just in general, if you have like a marriage, have been married for a long time, this is a great time for you to have those emotional, deep felt, connective conversations with each other, to have a date night, to go out, to make an effort to connect again, to even like for some people married for a long time or in a partnership for a long time, this could be a moment where you decide you want to renew your contacts with each other, that you want to really state out loud again, I'm with this person, I'm committed to this thing, or this is what I'm doing. And that will be part of your conjunction lucky activation. And I would also say that if you have had like any people that you have fallen out with, or miscommunication, even with family or past partners that you wish to have in your life again because maybe they were a great friend at one point, this opens a door, a possibility for reconciliations with people from the past. If you wish and truly know in your heart it would be the right thing for you to reach out to them. There's also a lot about, beneficial agreements of all sorts. Like you could come across a contract opportunity, or opportunity given through a close friend or a partner that would be highly beneficial for you to commit to. It's really good for love in general, like true, pure, romantic love. For collaborations, let's say you're an entrepreneur, this will be a wonderful time for you to really align with those who are on the same page as you and make some sort of collaboration that will be equally beneficial. It's also a time where you could receive more support through other people than usually, and that will elevate you and expand you in the direction that you want to go in. And finally, if you have like clients or business affiliations of some sort, like if you're a content creator and you have like a brand that you affiliate with, this would be a good time to really look into lining up with those that has the same values as you, make some proposals, say yes, no to, contracts based on what you want to commit to on long term. So those are the things for you, Capricorn rising. And if you would like to get like a fuller picture, I recommend for you to also look to your sun sign and see what house that is in, because if you listen to that as well, you will get like a broader picture of having not just one but two houses activated for luck this coming week. So if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe. If you want to work with me, you can look at the description box below. I list different offers depending on the season and what time I have at hand, so you will need to look at the description box to see how to work with me. I hope you enjoyed it, Capricorn, and I wish you a beautiful week of luck. Bisous! Aquarius rising, welcome to the week of great abundance, prosperity and luck. So this conjunction between Jupiter and Venus is activated in your 6th house. So everything that has to do with the 6th house will be greatly, aligned for you if you choose to not wear these kind of like blindfolds when you walk out in the world. So 6th house is connected to your work, your daily routines, how you treat your body, what you put into your mouth, like your health. It's also your pets, your debt, and if you have any employees. So, for instance, it could be that you have had like any, habits regarding food that, usually works for other people, like a mineral or like a lemon juice, name whatever, and you've been trying it and it doesn't really align with your body, but you have been stubborn and you have continued doing it because your friend got great results or whatever it might be. You will have a great deal of luck this week to say, you know what, I have a feeling I should try this instead. Like, I'm just giving silly examples, like sea salt. And you start doing that and you'll see that you by incorporating that in your daily habits, you will elevate your health to a level that you have never reached before. That is the kind of luck that I'm talking about. Luck that can be incorporated into your daily habits, what you do every day in small dosages. So it will be starting something new or quitting something that didn't work for you. That first looks very small, but accumulates over time and becomes quite significant for who you are. This will be the week to activate that, to try that new thing, to do that somatic workout for 10 minutes or whatever it might be. The other thing is that it could be a good time if you always wanted to have a pet, like you always wanted to have a cat, and this week will be the week that you go to a place and you see if there are any cats you want to adopt from that place, or whatever animal it might be, because this is a wonderful time for you Aquarius rising folks to align with having a pet that elevates your frequency, your home life, and who you are. And if that has been a wish of yours for some time, this is a great week of having the luck to align with the right decision, the right timing to find what pet you're supposed to connect with. I will also say it's a good time for you to look over if you have any debt, for instance, how you can improve it. There might be some different contracts financially that you could have a great deal of luck of seeing, oh, there's this percentage that isn't really good for me anymore, I should go over to this, book an appointment with your bank advisor or your accountant and go through everything, and there's a great chance that you might realize, wow, I'm actually losing money and I could gain money from this small, again, like a small act that adds up and accumulates over time, or a way of, getting rid of debt that you haven't thought about before, that will, accelerate your abundance in many ways. Also, this is a time to get into healthier systems, like healthier work environments, to be to really recover from any physical ailments. Maybe you could have your back has been hurting you for a while, your shoulder, you have inflammation, and you were just not able to get to the core of why that is. Now is the week where you might receive that hint if you stay open to, oh, I actually haven't tried that thing, and then it turns out that's exactly what it was. Pay attention to your bodily sensations. Really trust your intuition through your body, because it will speak to you this week and you can trust it. You can trust that if something comes up like a hint, like I should eat more carrots, or I think I lack copper, or whatever it might be, there's a great deal of chance that you are just spot on. And when you do that, it will be the missing link to, healing a lot of health-related issues. So yeah, I would also recommend for you, Aquarius rising, to look to your sun sign as well in my descriptions, because the sun can also add an extra layer of what other house is being activated for this abundant week. It could be, I'm just giving an example, but let's say, because you are Aquarius rising, your 6th house is being activated, but perhaps you have like a Leo sun, and then you'll find out your 12th house is activated as well, which is your subconscious. So if you pair those two things, it could very well be that the luck that is expanding you in this moment is that you are letting go of a subconscious thought pattern, way of thinking and being that directly affects your physical health. And because you can let go of it and you are now aware of it, you will naturally heal that whatever condition it might have been in your body that has been holding you back. So Aquarius rising, I would love to hear from you if you have some insights or whatever it might be, and let me know how your week goes. And if you want to work with me, I do list different offers in the description box. They tend to be different depending on the season, how much time I have, so just check it out and give me a like, subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I hope to see you another time. Bisous! Pisces rising, wow, what a week coming ahead for you. You can really enjoy that one, because Jupiter and Venus will be in conjunction in your 5th house, And the fifth house is just such a joyful house. It rules romance and creativity, fertility, children, pleasure, artistic expression, entrepreneurship, everything, that is joyful and sensual and wonderful in life, almost like childlike wonder is highly being activated, meaning this is not a time for you, Pisces, to dwell in the deep emotions or stay at home and hide for the world, because you will experience an alignment with luck when you go out in environments that has to do with these elements. It could be that you love your children, and to take them to the playground brings you great luck and happiness and connection to the right people. It could be that you go to that art installation and you meet someone special there, or that you are open to romance, or maybe this would be the week that you go to, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of dating apps, but maybe you feel that going on a specific dating app this week would bring you in the romance and the flirtation. Or it could be I would even recommend more events where you can show up in person, that is arranged for doing so. Or if you have a committed partnership, go out on a date night, make it beautiful, make it romantic, light those candles, align yourself with your sensuality, put on that little dress or, that cute outfit or whatever it might be, and really tap into your feminine, whether you're a man or woman, but your feminine aesthetics of expression and being, sensual and romantic and flirty. Because it is in those settings this coming week that you will experience an alignment with possibilities and great luck and flow and ease. So Venus basically is saying to you this week, you need to have fun, you need to enjoy life, you need to do things that feels joyful and fun to you. You laugh. The fifth house also rules laughter, and I almost want to laugh when I say this. It's because Pisces rising, you're such a wonderful deep feeler, deep connector, and you can feel everything and all of this, but sometimes it happens that side of you can get too serious and too involved and too entangled with everything and everyone, and you feel everything in the world. But now is your time to really go out and just, be lighthearted, take a mini vacation, implement something in your daily routine for this week that can lead you into thinking in creative ways. Whether you are naturally creative or not, it doesn't matter, because creativity is a life force element. So creative energy is life force energy. It brings us a sense of being alive, of feeling ourselves, of being really in wonder and awe of the world. And in those settings, that's where the wonderful sensations, opportunities will present themselves to you. Another thing I would say is try to also look for your sun sign and see what other house is being activated with this great lucky conjunction of Venus and Jupiter, because that might, amplify the broader picture. So maybe, let's say you are also a Gemini, you will have your third house activated. So now you have a fifth house and a third house activation. So this is about your communication skills. Maybe you are a poet, maybe you need to start writing that book, maybe you need to start to, really incorporate a different life mantra, and you have great deal of luck doing so, combining it with sort of a childlike perspective of the world, being wondrous and being in awe of the green leaves of the trees and the flowers and the sun in your face and the cloud on the sky, and really romanticize your life. And through that romanticization, if that's a word, you will, be able to create beautiful projects and things that will come out of that, whether you sing or you dance or you make great food or you invent something, and that will spark a new journey in a direction that will last for the year ahead, that will put you on a path that feels more joyful and uplifting to the essence of who you are, Pisces. So let me know in the comments like how this feels for you, if something wonderful happens, if you like flirt with someone at the supermarket that is super cute, whatever it might be that puts a big smile on your face in this week. And yeah, if you want to work with me, it's always a possibility. Look to the description box and see what offers I might have at this moment. And I hope that you would like, subscribe. It helps me out. And I most of all wish you the most beautiful, beautiful week. And I hope to see you some other time. Bisous. I know that a lot of you who enjoys astrology also enjoys quite a lot when I take an extra tarot card for your zodiac sign, and you can just listen for both your sun, rising and moon sign, because perhaps each card will give you a little extra insight on how to navigate the luck of this week. Because as I said in the intro, the thing about luck is that you also need to be ready to receive luck, right? So if you don't look for it, if your eyes are not open, if you're having a bad day while you're passing by on the street and there's like $100 bill there, you won't see it. So it's a bit the same that we need to learn to do regarding making ourselves receptible to the luck that is already existing. So let me just pull a card for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So let's go ahead and ask for Aries. What advice do we have for Aries? Oh wow. So we immediately got the hanged person, which is the hanged man, and the suspended person in this tarot deck. So Aries, be ready to receive a change of perspective in this week. And I very much feel like that your luck depends on whether you're able to change your perspective or not, because there might be a situation that seems like it's stuck or stagnant in your home environment, as we also talked about for your 4th house. That's where you might experience some luck with Jupiter, Venus there at the moment. However, in order for you to be receptive to that, I'd get very much with the hanged man, there's a need to gain another vision, another insight. It's almost like it's a breath of fresh air coming in for you. It's quite interesting. It's like this, okay, I could have seen that all along, but I didn't, and now I feel extremely relieved about it. So that's for Aries. Let's go ahead and look for Taurus. So for Taurus this week, can we get a little addition to the energy of this great luck? I'm seeing such beautiful dragonflies flying around here right now. Such an abundant sign. And while I'm saying it, it's moving closer. I like that. Taurus, please. Okay, wow. Okay, Taurus, you're definitely abundant when it comes to messages. We first have the 2 of Cups. Could be that you experience some sort of union in love, or just the connection with yourself seems to be balancing out in a very beautiful way, emotionally. And you also get the World card that came out for you, even if I asked for just 1 card. So Taurus, you are indeed very abundant for this week ahead. And it has to do with an emotional matter. It could be love of some sort that is sort of knocking your door and asking you to be open to receive it. Could be that you're already in an established relationship and that you feel like you have the opportunity to become closer. And with the World card, something in your world is changing. It's a very karmic time for you, Taurus. It's one of those weeks where I would say be open to the direction in which Spirit leads you, the direction in which you are being called to go, and do it courageously. Okay, let's move ahead to Gemini. What's the advice for Gemini for this week, please? For you Geminis out there. I hope you get to catch the beautiful bird songs it's an interesting one, Gemini. 5 of Swords, you're moving away from something that has been hurting you. It either could be your own mental clutter, how you perceive yourself, how you perceive the world, the way that you speak to yourself, or it could be literally environments that has hurt you, mental clutter, drama, discussions. So your wave of luck, Gemini, is that you're moving away from environments that has mental clutter that is somewhat also disturbing your outlet on life, and I think that's very important for you. And I got another card, which is the 2 of Wands. So with this incoming luck, there's a possibility for you to pick up a different world perspective and tell yourself, you know what, I've been feeling those old thought patterns enough. It's time for me to move in another direction, because if I participate in this gossip, if I participate in this way of thinking and perceiving the world, I stay stuck. So that's your lesson, Gemini, for this coming week, and that's how you will get more lucky. Wow, I hardly got to ask, but we have Cancer. Cancer, you get the Chariot. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, there's something you're ready to move ahead with, because the Chariot sits here and he has everything ready for him to get the signal to go. So you're just basically getting a green light right now, Cancer, to move ahead with something. And if it seems too good to be true, it's one of those times where you exceptionally would say, actually, I believe it because it's too good to be true. So I'm very excited for you, Cancer. That's a very interesting one. Moving ahead. Leo. What do we have for all you Leos out there? An advice from the tarot. Okay, we're having the Queen of Pentacles. So Leo, everything about money matters, things that you can save, expenses that you can cut out of your budget would be really good for this time, because ironically enough, in you doing that and keeping it simple, it seems that this week will bring you in more abundance to work with and work on. So definitely be patient with yourself and your money matters, and at the same time take out everything of extra, because you would rather invest in something sustainable, is what's coming through to me. She's also nourishing this one pentacle that she's sitting with. She's the Queen of Sustainability. So that is your message, all of you Leos out there. Okay, moving on to Virgo. What's the message for Virgo in this week? Wow, it's really magical watching these dragonflies. Nine of Wands. Virgo, you have somehow managed to build a wall around you of illusions, thinking that you're trapped in this way and this way of being, and this week gives you the opportunity to actually move out of it and look at all of these wands that you have already been building as experience rather than prisons. It comes through to me very, very close, like very strongly. These are experiences, they are not prisons. So that's for you, Virgo, is the message. Very interesting. You have an interesting week ahead, Virgo. It's going to come something in for you, a new energy, a new way of being that will highly benefit you in your prosperous way of thinking. Moving ahead. Libra, what do we have for Libra? What do we have for Libra? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh, you got the Queen of Pentacles. So you have a lot in common with Leos. So Libra, this is all about harnessing the fruits of your labor and taking out everything of excess in your budgets that are not really helping you into a sustainable future, because this is about the long run investments, and you're very lucky with money for this week. And I would say everything that you can invest in that is sustainable for yourself, your surroundings, now is the time to do that. Scorpio, what's on for Scorpio? What advice can we get for Scorpio this week? Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpios, thank you. Okay, Scorpio, you got the King of Wands. It's time to move towards your passion. This is what you will have a great deal of luck with doing in this week. You will have a breakthrough, a vision, a passion, something burning in your heart, something you know that is worth defending and going for and passionately move ahead with, no matter what other people have of opinions in that regards. And I feel this King of Wands very strongly. He's like, you will be very solid in your energy, you will be very clear on what it is that you truly want to go for, and you will have the stamina to do that. You will feel good about yourself. You'll feel like a rising fire within you, Scorpio, that is like saying, this way is the way that I need to go. Okay, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising advice for this week. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Going to have a very interesting week ahead, because your level of abundance is going to come in what I call this is so interesting. Okay. The message I got for you, Sagittarius, was that your present will come in the form of a present in disguise. And then I got the King of Wands. So you will regain, just like Scorpio, got the King of Wands, feeling that you can move towards your true passions, your true desires, and have a great deal of stamina to do so. But for you, it's just a little bit different, because it really has to do with removing something out of your life. Look, removing something out of your life that has been bothering your energy field. You're the only one having this. This is so interesting. So there's something that has been bothering your energetic field and making you shrink. And maybe it's an environment, maybe it's a housing situation, maybe it's something personal, maybe it's emotional. But Sagittarius, now your rising fire will come back to you, and you will know in what direction to go. And this is what you will have luck with. And now there was a butterfly moving over my head, confirming that, okay, out with the old, in with the new. Okay, moving ahead, Capricorn. What is up next for Capricorn? Oh, you also got the King of Wands. The King of Wands really wants to talk to people at this moment. So if you have Scorpio placements, Sagittarius placements as well, Capricorn, this is just a double up. King of Wands wants you to move towards your passions. You have a great deal of luck in really going for what you know in your heart to be true. And that is so important for you. I actually really feel this rising fire coming in for you. And Capricorn, you're very structured in many ways, but because you're so structured, you also have the ability to once you set your movements, your sails in a certain direction, you have to trust that you've been doing the groundwork and you have the capacity to hold this fire. And that's for you, Capricorn. This is so important. King of Wands, making you move out in the world with a passionate project and new stamina. Okay, for Aquarius, what is the luck coming in for Aquarius this week, Tarot, please? Okay, so you got instantly the medicine wheel, which is also the wheel of fortune. So this is a strong reminder for you, Aquarius folks out there, that the way that you are able to receive this great surge of luck coming in is that you know how to not spin the karmic wheel in the wrong direction. Because the thing about the wheel of fortune is quite interesting, is that you can either go spin it towards the past and repeat the patterns of, karmic lessons, or you can choose that you're ready for a change of destiny, a change of destination. So this is quite a big thing for you Aquarians out there, Sun, Moon, Rising, that if you have a situation that comes to you in this week and you think, I've been here before, but you get the chance to do something else, say something else, go in another direction, just do the complete opposite of what you did when you had like a karmic outcome. This is the way that you spin your luck, Aquarius. And finally, Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. What do you need to know for this week of luck? From the tarot, please. Pisces. Wow, it has been hard for you recently. Emotionally, it's been quite loaded. I feel that for all you Pisces placements out there, you're like emotionally really drained, coming to the end of something, but you know this is the direction that is true and truthful for you, and this is where you need to move. Another Queen of Pentacles. So Pisces, just like some of your other zodiacs, sisters and brothers, you need to know that you should invest in what's sustainable for you, not what is, excess. So get rid of everything extra, even if it's like something that you used to. Try to ask yourself, can I let this go, and can I use this freed up space, this amount of money, to invest in something that is sustainable for me. An example that comes to me is strongly that if you have been investing in some sort of therapy or workout or anything like that hasn't moved you in the direction in which you want, now is the time to pull back your losses from it and invest those amount of money in something else, Pisces. You have tried all that you could with this one thing, and now it's time for you to say, it doesn't, maybe it helped all my friends, but it's not really for me, and that's okay. So Pisces, this is the advice for you in